I did my cat litter and everything. I figure I might try to not be so lazy. Sometimes when I have too many days off, I get lazy. Which I guess it's okay because I've worked hard my whole life, so. But I told you guys I'd come on, so I am. I was reading through my comments on Facebook and I'm getting these. I don't know, that one emoji where you're going like this or whatever, where you're thinking. Just because I was nice and sure, I don't. I try to stay out of the drama on Facebook. When you have a check mark, you get drama sometimes. So that's where I'm at there. But I thought it was interesting. Maybe they'll start following me. I don't know. I think they already do. I'm not even sure at this point. But I don't do 12-hour shift because my brother got stuff to do right after he gets back from. I don't know what he's doing. He's meeting with his friend Kyle and all this other stuff. So I'm just staying to 3. I'm not trying to coordinate that kind of situation. My brother has the most active life of anybody I know. He is very interesting. Uh, I figure I give this probably, I don't know, like 20 minutes. But I've been trying to think of meaningful things to say. But I figured maybe, I don't know, I could do like a spooky story. I do like them so much. I'll try to keep it like, I don't know, not so dark, but spooky. I feel that, I don't know, it's fun and spooky stories are fun and September's around the corner. So, I don't know. I got somebody. Hello, how are you? Do you want a tarot reading? I'm still doing that too. But yeah, I told my friend I want to go to a cemetery around either, I don't know, soon. I'm sure there's some kind of special day that if you go to visit the cemetery and do some fun stuff, some cool stuff happens. But this is who I am. My Halloween stuff is very low key. One day I would like to do like a Halloween, just like where you visit haunted places. That would be fun. I love watching people that visit haunted places. They're the best. Ghost hunters, oh my god, I binge watch them. Oh, I got people. Oh, supermoon would be then to some. Yeah, that's true. I don't know how many supermoons there are. This is how bad of a witch I am. I think if my mother wasn't a witch, I don't think I would even be acknowledged. There's so many better ones out there. And they know more terminology and more things than, and all those charts. I'd be looking at it scientifically. But my friend, I maybe it's better when you do things like this to just do what comes natural to you. But yeah, I just want to go around a cemetery like when you're a little kid and just crawl around there and tell spooky stories. just like, and I think that would be fun because I'm not afraid of the dark. The only thing I'm afraid of is an insect probably going in my book bag or something. I'd have to wear some insect repellent or something. I don't know. Those mosquitoes love my blood. When I started my dog walking career over here, I remember when I was going through the forest and all that all the time, I used to get eaten up. I'd have at least 50 mosquito bites. And right now it's tick season, so I'm not trying to have them get ticks. And there's some kind of fungus, I swear. I think it's from the algae. All these animals are getting sick. I'm not a veterinarian, but I'm a curious person. And a lot of people's dogs are getting sick from people that don't wash them like their own dishes. And Chong doesn't get sick because I literally put it through the dishwasher and everything. I think if you let your bowls and you don't do it to stop top sterilization level, I think there's some kind of algae that's making the dog's stomachs really kind of messed up. I could be wrong. I'm a half cock scientist at times, but Chong's had really good health, and I do that all the time. And I'm a Nazi about him not eating grass and drinking that nasty water outside. I think there's something wrong with the water. I've been told I was crazy, and I probably am at times, but I really think there's something with this water because we go to the store and where he did a service dog training, and they tell me to tell him not to drink any of the water there. So I think the animals are getting sick from that. And this could be where this worm problem's happening. I don't know. There's that. I don't know why they got to restrict every comment. They go quick. Jeez, all of them are. It's crazy. I don't understand all this. I don't even be. I've never been one to video call. Just I come over here and I figure, it's kind of fun. The kids used to do stuff like this when they were younger. And I don't know. It's kind of I started this when I was sick because it gives me, as my coworker told me, it would keep me busy. And I really love making those reels. Love them. Yet they're restricting every message. I don't know why. It's very odd. Every time I come in here, it's something new that I don't understand. But I try not to break any rules because I feel if you do something, you might as well do it properly. So I don't know. I don't know why they are. I could not tell you. It is. It's YouTube, I guess. Said that I would. Well, Linda, I mean, she may have told you that you're going to marry somebody, but honestly, that's a broad topic. I mean, that's just an assumption if you want to get married, eventually going to get married. And the thing is do you want to get married? And when and how? I mean, some people get married really young, and I'm not sure if anybody can make those predictions like that. I could do a pathway on your love life, There's no guarantees in things like this, but that's just my personal opinion. I mean, I don't consider myself a personal psychic or nothing. My mom had abilities, and at 40, I started getting stuff after she died. And I'm trying to raise money for dogs, but I could do a love pathway reading. I was just confused. Yeah, I could do a love pathway thing, but in this realm, it's falling apart, Linda, and what is up is down. So I can do a pathway reading and what the spirits of your possibilities in your love life at this moment, and your pathways can change by the week. If you think about it, time is synchronizes and it always resets. So you can see one thing for one moment, and then a day or two later it can change. That's just the way these kind of energies flow. It's very scientific, and it is mystic, I guess, at the same time, if you want to say. But I see your energies for right now in your life. You got a mutual moon for your love life, which means you don't have anything blocking you. You haven't done anything like a sin. Karma steps in when these things come to a passing, and they'll put blockers on people that have done like great sins or whatever. But there's no blockers on your love life, which is good. You're surrounded by a full moon in Virgo and a dissembling moon. The full moon in Virgo just means you have self doubt and you should think higher of yourself. It's not a bad card. And you also have a dissembling moon. It just means you just need time to heal. I I foresee possibly in maybe like 3 to 6 months, somebody with darker hair is gonna come around, and you guys are gonna connect, but it's gonna be your choice if you want to pursue it for marriage, because you guys could be friends. There's a lot. You guys could be special friends. I mean, there's a lot of possibilities because not everybody wants to be married. You get it. So I don't know what she's seeing. I'm seeing like maybe 3 months you're just gonna bump into him. Is if I can't see his face. I know he has dark hair, and he's kind of. I just see a figure. He's tall and he has dark hair, and that's all I see because it's too far off. So if that's a question, maybe this is your future husband because I don't see what they see. And I can't guarantee he's going to marry you what time you want to, because I think that interferes with our free will to say he has to marry you at this point. I see a union, but I mean, I hope that's helpful for you. So, and let me see if there's another question. Try and get better comments. Should I reach out to Gregory, and what will happen if do? I guess the real question is where Gregory's at in his life. Some people are in hostile moments, and when they have all kinds of hostile chaos, I usually ghost people, especially if you're not together with them, because then it gets really weird and they bring you into their drama if you're not together with them at that time. I will tell you that. I've known some wretched people in my life, so we'll see what path Gregory's on. But this is how you keep the drama llamas out of your life. I do it every day. All right, Gregory. It had the path for that situation right as of now is in a void of course moon. And it's pretty much saying nothing's coming from it. Whatever is. It's an end. And then a full moon in Capricorn is around that situation, and a new moon in Aries. It's going to be the end of a horrible cycle for you because you're going to get a big flat no. And then you got the new moon in Aries for to break away with fire. I'm not seeing anything lasting coming out of this man. If it was me, I would hold a guarded heart because who wants to be taken advantage of? And people could do it and not really mean to do it, and then at the end of the day, they did take advantage of you, but they didn't mean to do it. And all the same, sometimes you have to think ahead. If you think ahead on these things, you don't have to be in the situation. That's what I do. I change circumstances and do different things all the time. And that's how you should do. At work, I was getting drama, so I cut it down to where I'm only there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And I am looking for a whole other job. So I hope I'm helpful to you. Sometimes I just see different blunt truths, and life does suck. I think I know this more than anybody. Life has done a lot to me in my time, and I think you feel older every time just something crazy happens. I literally watched my mother die. I thought that was the worst. And then I was 19, graduated from high school, and had a baby. That was rough. Nonetheless, I lived with my parents for a long while. So school had to be an option, but I did like it, so it made it all that much better. Because if you do something you like, it doesn't seem a chore. Because I would rather be reading a book or doing something on a computer before I would rather be sociable, I guess you could say. That's probably why I picked the career I did, and I'm trying to go and just be a and just sign up for this phlebotomist stuff. But I may have to do patient tech first. I like to be the in and out person. Sometimes it's just for a person like me, it's overwhelming. But I guess being on here helps because I did honestly have social anxiety when all this started. And it was to get me out of where I could be more sociable and have more social skills. And I think I do now. I think you guys are helping me with social skills, and I always was good with work social skills. It was social skills outside of my house social skills. So I'm getting better at being, I guess, not so blunt. Because it is a bad quality I've been having lately. I am a big animal activist. I'm one of those crazy people that would go and spend like $500 to rescue an animal. This is why I can't have a credit card on me. I do try to contact the right people, which I think everybody should. And I guess that's why I'm a busybody. That's why I do so many reels on animals. Because if you sit home, you have a lot of days off and you've really mastered editing and you know how to write, it's not hard. Yeah, you can ask a question. That's what I'm over here for. Something different than what I do all day. I thought my good nights, I'm putting good nights and inspirationals together because sometimes I have to make other ones and it's getting rough. But my live streams, I'm like I said, like this one, I won't be released till tomorrow. And then I put them on individual playlists so it's less confusing. Because I figured that would, if you're gonna listen to a live stream or you want to see like a funny moment or something, or just your tarot reading on there. Because I don't care if I make a mistake, I don't delete it. I would never edit anything out because I don't got nothing to hide. I don't go far. I go to work and back, and I have crazy half-cocked theories, which are usually scientific and lately been going towards the black holes because those black holes pique my interest. I've been binge watching a lot of stuff about that. It takes hours sometimes. Let me see this question. Like, four finder screens feelings. Okay, you want to know is that the love path of the person that you're asking about? I could do a love path of that person, but I can't tell you what people are thinking or feeling. If I did that, that's an intrusion of every universal law out there. And I don't believe that anybody that says they can do that is real. Because my mom could always pick up like future paths or like if you're maybe are close to getting a business and little things like that. But I don't think anybody knows these things. And there's a lot of people going around doing that, but I don't know. I think they're lying. I try to stay in my own lane with this, but I think they're lying. And a lot of people do lie because they don't live in truth like I do. But that's just who I am. So, but yeah, if you want a pathway on that guy, I could tell you his pathway. Yeah, you can, sunshine. Yeah, I just keep it real. I see what I see. I'm not perfect. I'm not God. Just sometimes I'm insightful. And I just see what I see and I see specks and I see clues. I see what people want me to see and that's all. All right. Oh boy. I'm gonna reshuffle just in case, because I'm not. That kind of had a bad card in it. Sometimes this happens. It really does. Sometimes, like more, I've noticed online, it is more confusing for this when you're face to face doing a reading. It is so much easier because we used to do this at parties and stuff when we were kids, and it was fun. Until the one day my cousin we wanted to summon her grandpa on a Ouija board, and the thing started moving without either of us touching it. And I told her she was an asshole, and she said, "No, I'm not touching it." So don't ever bother at Ouija boards, especially if you made them. Oh my lord, I got it again. Okay, well, I got your love pathway. I got the void of course moon twice. So maybe that card was right. That's all I could think of because that's crazy. And then you're surrounded by a full moon eclipse and a full moon in Scorpio. And if when you're in a void course moon, it usually means there's some kind of deceit. That's the thing with that card It's not the death all, but there's deceit somewhere, and you're being protected from deceit of some sort, or just some kind of bad situation you are being protected from. That's when this card comes up. And the full moon eclipse just means all the answers that are hidden are going to come out. And then you got a full moon in Scorpio. You're going to be angry when you find out these answers. And I don't know, the beyond is just saying, I guess just maybe relax or do something fun to release the negativity. You could do what my sister used to do. There was a club and you could break stuff, and she'd have baseball bats, and when she got really angry, you would pay, and they'd have you go in a room and you just break stuff. So if you get mad enough, just break stuff with that, and just make sure it's something you were going to throw away, and it doesn't hurt anybody. So you even pay $30 to get in this club to do it. It's crazy. But she was going to this club because she had a lot of anger issues. Because I told her she needed not to be so angry all the time, but she is. So that's what I got for you, Sunshine. I'm sorry. All right. So your question is, your guides is the facts of some attachment with some changing my energies. Well, if your energies are changing, you just need to balance them. I would go get chakra stones and put them around your bedroom. And maybe get yourself a purple stone. Get yourself an amethyst. And it'll help you balance out all your energy. And I think that would be more beneficial for you too. So it helps me. That purple crystal has helped me in a lot of situations where I felt all kinds of anger, and I was able to put it in the crystal and it balanced me out. And then it exerted it in a nice protective manner. In purple, crystals they look good for a boy or a girl. So that's what I would recommend. So, and you should be fine. A lot of times when I'm around a situation, someone gets in trouble and I get removed because a moonstone does it. Those are harder to get, but the purple crystal works just as good. I've had an amethyst that saved me from dying once. So I actually recommend them because it gives you a psychic connection also, the purple crystals. And what it is like if you feel like you're losing your mind, it'll connect you with your spiritual self. And it's good for enlightenment and protection. So people don't mess up your chakras. So I do recommend that one. I do give people a lot of those. I love those purple stones. The black stones are, I would like to say, for people in the field that handle crystals, should only have black crystals. White crystals are okay, black crystals are neutral. And you can use your negative energy in bad ways with it, and there's no blocker with it. That's the only thing with the black crystals. But depending on what kind of practitioner you are, if you're a high enough one, you can handle a black crystal and it won't hurt you, but you got to have strong will. So don't get a black crystal. Deep purple's fine, but the black one, I mean, you don't be on the wrong side of karma. I've been on the wrong side of karma sometimes, and I won't ever do it again. So, I mean, was real stupid, but karma is a bitch. And the thing that would make your life a living hell if you did something or hurt someone else is usually what happens. So you don't want to do that. All right. I hope I made your day. If not, I'm sorry. I bet I can't lie about things. I feel if I lie, it's not good. That's why I would never charge. But if you want to ask someone else, maybe they can see another path. But I'm seeing deception from someone. It doesn't have to be that person. I just see deception sometimes. Maybe like some people see different things. Okay, I don't know what all this is. Okay. Alright. Alright, now I'll get to your question because I don't even know what this is. Ms. Kiss. And if you guys are YouTubers, I'll subscribe to you once I get the notification, and I do not unsubscribe. On Facebook, we have a courtesy. If someone follows you, you follow them. So if you subscribe to me and I see it's someone that has a channel, I will subscribe to you and I will not unsubscribe. Because I feel it's a form of friendship. So I'm just letting you. I think the last couple days I got like 3 or 4 YouTubers, and I will not unsubscribe to you guys. I might not have time to see all your videos, but I will not unsubscribe all the same. So I'm just letting you know. So, but I'm gonna do your financial. Oh, this is good for financial. All right, I'm doing your financial pathway right now. You got a full moon in Cancer for the pathway of your financial. And that only means that there was a personal issue with something, like getting something out of the way to pay off something else, and so forth. But you have new moon in Capricorn and new moon surrounding you. And new moon in Capricorn is very good. Whatever you've been doing to try to get financially stable is slowly creeping up. So that's good. In the new moon just means a new start. So I'm seeing there's going to be a income rising. You're going to have more money and another opportunity. I believe it's going to stabilize though very soon, and then you're going to slowly get where you need to go, which is good. So just do like me. I just saved my money. I repositioned all my fans. Everybody thinks I'm crazy because my kids thought I was nuts because I always want perfect airflow. But I do it to save money on air conditioner, and I'm not air conditioner, air fresheners and stuff, and just start doing little things to save you money. And if you have enough clothes to where you can put an outfit and like rearrange them where they look different, don't even really buy clothes that much. I mean, that's really what I do, or people just give me stuff. And that's how I've been living for a while. And honestly, it gives me more time to live stream and do things I like to do. And it's smart money sense. Because before you know it, when you do go to the store, when you didn't have to buy a bunch of expensive items, you got money for things you really needed. It's kind of how like I've been going. And it just so happens my hobby is free. I like to edit. A lot of my editing, some of my editing programs don't cost that much money. And I just found that maybe like do something like if you keep yourself occupied with cheaper things, you'll save more money. That's why people draw. Or you can knit. You can do a lot of different things. I love to like God, I was knitting for 6 months, saving money. But I do miss knitting, so I'm probably gonna go back to. I was knitting on these streams, honestly, because nobody knew of me, and it was okay because I said, you know what, I'm just gonna practice knitting while I wait for people. But now, if I started doing that, I wouldn't be able to. It would be too complicated. But knitting's great, and I use the YouTube people here to refresh myself, and I do it with the sticks. And I really love it. I have like a ton of yarn, and I do all kinds of like, I love doing crafts. I think it's one of my favorite things in the world to do. I do get excited, and I do like to make my blankets and stuff too. I want to start getting, maybe find a spot in the house and get a sewing machine. But I'm going to wait till I find a spot and then go and get one. Because you can make curtains and all kinds of stuff. It was funny because I used to poke fun at the Amish people when I was younger because they were always making their blankets. And I used to tell my mom all the time, Mom, this is so stupid. Why do they spend months making these blankets and yada yada yada? My mom would go and spend all this money at the Amish country. She told me, she goes, they don't really need a lot of money because they pretty much make everything. So this happened to me when I was younger, and now that I'm older, when you get lower in money and you go, man, because I got bored and just started learning arts and crafts when I was younger, and then as I got to be an adult, I got better at it. Now, I mean, if I really had a survival situation, I probably could make my own clothes, and it's not a bad hobby to have. They call it an old lady's hobby, but gardening and that is not a bad hobby because if you can garden and make your own clothes, if things go rough, blankets are expensive, especially the good ones. You can make a blanket that usually you get at the Amish country or like one of those really good stores that you pay $500 to $1,000 for. You can make one of your own. It takes about 6 months, maybe less, depending on how much time you're doing. But you make your own designs and everything. You can make it for $200. If you can make for $200, you're saving yourself $1,800. Because now handmade stuff is going for a lot of money. It's so time consuming though. That's why you got to go to Amish country. Because these blankets last forever. They really do. I've been fortunate enough to where people give me tons of blankets. And they'll say, "Oh, I don't know if you want this because it doesn't match." And I tell them, "My dog comes on my bed. I don't care." So I technically got 10 blankets, but I have worked on some myself. So, and then I made, God, stuff for the kitchen. I make those the hot plate stuff. I made those one year because I was bored, and the more you're occupied with something like a project, the less money you're gonna want to spend at a store. And I guess take out Amazon. I took out my Amazon app. I don't really need it unless I'm downloading my book right now. And I'm still working on that computer because I'm sure eventually my knucklehead son's going to deliver it. So I figured I just been doing a lot of other stuff. Because that's going to have to probably wait a month or so. But that would be the only reason I would deal with them, because I cannot pass by 80% off. I can't. I look at it and I go, that could be useful in this situation. And I find a use for it. But the thing is, did I really need it? And I really did not need it. So, hence, I guess I just stopped with them. And it does help. Because I guess I would be a compulsive shopper. Because I'm always looking at the bargains going, oh my God, that's so cute, and this and that. And there's always issues. And then I go, oh, I got this in the account. And then I go, oh, that's not too bad. And they go, oh, I can get this to go along with that. And then before we know it, we got 10 Amazon boxes outside our door. And then I got to find a use for them. And then it clutters up the house. So this is why I had to take out Amazon. But I'm going to go ahead and end this since there's no more questions. Because I'm going to relax. I got to work tomorrow. But I'm not noon at 12, so I'll probably be able to get off work and do a stream tomorrow. But thank you for listening. And I'm going to make a unified effort to be over here tomorrow, I promise. And like I said, just look at the live streams and the numbers. And just the highest number was the most recent to the oldest. I mean, it took me like 3 days to organize every live stream. It was crazy, but I should have been doing it all along. But at least I try to make it easy if actually somebody had an interest in it. And eventually, time went on and there's interest. So I do try to cater to whoever finds me interesting in doing that. But I hope you guys had a good night. And if you have any questions when I come back on tomorrow about crystals or just knitting or stuff like that in general, I'm your girl. Because I just enjoy doing this, and I'm not Amish. But I am a fan of their work. But you have a good evening, everybody, and a good night.